Everyone on Not a Straight Line Live, this is your Act 1 beginner's call. Beginners to the stage, please. Act 1 beginners.
Hello, dear listener. I've got a question for you this morning, or whatever time of day you're listening to this. Did you empty your wheelbarrow yesterday? If you haven't got a Scooby-Doo what I'm talking about, then go and have a listen to the episode from a couple of days ago. I have started that regular practice. I've added it to my what I do in the morning with the tapping and the breath work. I forgot about the evening session, but one of the things that I did remember yesterday was I remember that about 6 months ago I started a 1-year free trial of an app called Brilliance. So if you do want to start that regular practice of I just love that analogy of emptying the wheelbarrow for a meditation practice, something very visual, obviously, and concrete about it. You know, the benefit that you're getting from it. And I think one of the reasons that I'm bringing it up is I'm reflecting and thinking all the time, not least of which on these daily ramble talks to you and myself. And I remember a few months ago in an email from Izzy. I've mentioned Izzy Stevens a few times. She's had a huge impact on me and my growth over the last year, really. It was kind of, I started working with a one-to-one in July, and it was around about May time that I decided to do that. Anyway, I remember getting an email before that. So probably about a year ago that I got the email. And Izzy has a multiple six-figure coaching business alongside her successful filmmaking and producing career, writing career, creative, artistic career. And it took her 3 years to get to six-figure revenue in her business. And she said if she could go back to day one of year one again, the thing that she would do differently is to go all in on mindset. And I obviously had the opportunity working one-to-one with her to ask her about that and dig into that. And fundamentally, and it's corroborated by not only personal experience, but also what I've heard and read heard from and read in multiple places and people over the years, that what we see out there in the world is a reflection of what's going on inside us. And I talked to Izzy about this during our conversation for her episode of the Not a Straight Line podcast. And she said, if there is anything in your life that is not the way that you want it to be or would like it to be, then the answer, the resolution to that is inside. And that's meditation, that's vision. In terms of, I don't know the word fix, but in terms of changing that, the answer lies in meditation, in hypnosis, in visualization, in breath work, all these things that I have relatively recently been doing very, very consistently. Because, as Tony Robbins says, if you want the results that somebody else has, then mirror their actions. Now, there is a caveat to that. I think that there is an element of things working for people because of their innate human design, their innate strengths and abilities. But I think with this in particular, it's universal. Is that if you are not, and maybe you don't have to go all in on mindset, but if you do not have a regular practice of engaging with your thoughts, tapping into your subconscious, visualizing who you want to be, where you want to be, what you want to do, then I fear that you may continue to be, I should really be stating this in the positive, shouldn't I? So if you want out there to be different in any way, then go inwards and upwards, as my friend would say, and I now say. So I've begged, borrowed, and stolen that phrase, inwards and upwards. That's where it is. So that's a tip for today. If you want to start emptying your wheelbarrow on a regular basis, then Balance, BALANCE. I think it's on the on Android as well as it is on iOS, and they've got really great tuition, foundation lessons, things that you can go through to start the practice of emptying a wheelbarrow. I had actually got to the 5th foundations program. Each foundation step has 10 lessons, or is over 10 days. And there, I didn't realize, I just thought meditation was meditation. You focus on your breathing. And what I've learned is that there are quite a few skills that you can practice and develop and grow from a meditation perspective. And the one that I started yesterday was called Loving Kindness. Really interesting, and definitely felt better after doing the 15-minute session. So all that's got to happen now is to do it in the evening as well. So I'm going to find a way to remind myself to do that before I go to bed. So, go in to go up. That's the lesson for me, a reminder for me today, and hopefully you, dear listener, got something from that as well. Have an amazing day. Be you. Love you. Bye.